What's up guys? So in my last video I said that every time I put food in my videos, people tells me that I shouldn't do it cause it's boring. So I thought, why not making a whole video about food cinematography? So today I'm going to teach you how to do that. My god, editing that food sequence made me so hungry. I come back, I'm just too hungry. So I'm going to give you about 5 tips and then I will talk about a slightly different case, but yes, let's get started. First tip, you have to alternate between tight shots and wide shots. It's not in food cinematography that you have to do that. You have to do that all the time. For example, if you are filming a tree, you first shoot wide shots of the tree and then the close-ups of the leaves or whatever. So you always shoot some wide shots and then some tighter shots. But in food cinematography, it's a bit different, because if you are shooting something still, you can do a bunch of wide shots and then a bunch of tighter shots. Ah yes, that was the thing you wanted me to watch. You really don't have to own a macro lens to shoot something close. I don't have any macro lens and I still managed to get that shot with no macro lens. So you know, you zoom and then you go a little bit back and it will be as you were close to the thing you are shooting. So really look for those details and it will really improve your video. So my fourth tip is that you have to think about the continuity and you have to think about editing while you are shooting. For example, if you are shooting something still, you shoot something and then to make a transition you move the camera and then you film normally and then you start another shot by moving the camera. Like that you will be able to do a transition in the motion blur. You can do it without any problem because the thing is still, so you can put the shots together and you won't have any problem of continuity. If you are shooting food and you finish a shot with moving, you have to start the next shot also by moving and then continuing your shot, but you have to do it at the next shot, because if you don't do it at the next shot and you do it like 3 minutes later when things have changed, it won't work, because all the time between those two shots will be skipped to put those two shots together, and then if you don't want to lose everything which was between those two shots, you will have to put it after or before, so it will break all the continuity of the video, because you might start with something and then later this thing is not done and then after it's done and then you know your video will go back and forward and it will be really strange. So really think about the editing while you are shooting. So my fifth tip is that you have to shoot enough, because if you think your shot is good and you have to end it now, continue the shot for 2 or 3 seconds and maybe something interesting will happen in those 3 or 4 seconds and you will be glad you filmed. So you can first start with a wide angle lens and then a long lens. You don't have to alternate all the time. If you are filming someone who is cooking, I will personally use a lens which is wide and tight at the same time, because you have to alternate. If you are filming someone who is cooking, you cannot start with only wider shots and then only tight shots, because you can't put all the shots in the way you want. You have to put them the way you shot them, because otherwise it wouldn't make sense. If you start by the end of the recipe and then the beginning of the recipe, it will be a bit strange. So take a lens which is really versatile, then shoot tight close-ups and then a wide shot and then zoom and really play with different zoom. For example, for that cinematic I shot a lot in 24 mils and 120 mils. So really alternate while you are shooting and don't start with a wide lens and then at the middle of the recipe switch to a long lens. that will be kind of strange. But I will talk about that a bit more after for another context. So the second tip is to ask questions. It might sound a little bit stupid, but really think about it. For example, if the person who is cooking put some flour in a pot and you were shooting the chocolate and you're like, man, I wanted to film that, but it's too late, it's already in the pot. So you can go back, ask some questions to the person who is cooking. Ask him, when are you going to put the flour in the pot? Do I have the time to shoot the chocolate before, or will I shoot it after? Ask him some questions to know what he's going to do and when he's going to do it, and like that you won't miss any shots. At least I hope. So my third tip is to look for the details. You don't have to do that only in food cinematography, you can do it all the time. For example, if you start with a wide angle shot, the viewer might not know where to look, and then if after that wide shot you come with a tighter shot, the viewer will see a bit more. Don't cut your shot too early, because when you are editing, if you are like, yes, I want to start with a longer shot, and you are like, that shot is great, but it's too short. If when you were shooting you thought about filming a bit more, you could have used that shot in the way you wanted to. So really shoot everything and really shoot enough. So now for the different case, at the beginning I told you that you really have to alternate between wider shots and tighter shots while you are filming, and not only at the editing. There is a case when you don't have to alternate. I will show you how it looks. So as you saw in that little clip, the energy of the music is lower at the beginning and higher at the end. So in that sequence, I don't know if you saw it, but I started with only wide shots, and then when the energy of the music is increasing, I put some tighter shots. At the beginning I shot everything in 24 mils, then at 50 mils, and then at 120 mils. So the beginning was wide and the end was tight. In that case, when the energy of the music is really increasing, you can shoot like that. But don't do it too often, because if for example you want to put a close-up, but you first started to shot everything wide and you just want to put one close-up but you don't have any shots which work at that place, it will be kind of a bummer. So as I said before, don't forget to shoot enough. So that's it for all I wanted to say today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, to subscribe and to share the video. I would really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys up in the next one.
Okay.